14, 6, and 5, and we are looking for always have the correct dosification for each section.
Hello, my name is Mugwa Pricilia, and this is Breaking Ground Women in Mining. In this documentary, I explore the powerful story of women who are making their mark in one of the world's toughest and most male dominant industry. This is about courage, change, and breaking barriers, one woman at a time.
Mining is a male dominant industry. During a visit to a circle, Dinora shared the challenge she faced as a woman in the field and how she overcome them.
Well, my name is Dinora Hernandez. I have been working in the mining sector for almost between 9 and 10 years. I arrived for my first mining and I was exposed with a lot of manpower men. Okay, so I arrived there and it was like a really challenge trying to show to everyone that we have the same the opportunities, and if we don't have the strong muscles or everything, we have a strong brain that we can figure it out and we can give a solution. So at the beginning, I think that this was my first challenge, try to show to the people with theory and practical and experience why we are supporting what decision or what idea. So this was my first challenge, try to keep all the people interesting and they feel sure about what kind of solution I'm bringing to the mining.
Driving truck and working on blast, this is woman is living her dream in the mining industry. Up next, she share what it's like to break barriers and love every moment of her job.
Hi, my name is Hennessy Hernandez. I am here with the Sarco. I work for the blasting crew. When I got hired, they told me that I was driving a two-story house, and they're like, "Are you gonna be okay with it?" Yeah. I mean, all I could imagine was just driving a regular truck in a big road. They told me it was gonna be scary. I didn't take it as too scary. It was fine. Took it like I was driving a normal truck. And then once I transferred to blasting, it was a total game changer because you're more active, you're more doing stuff, you're playing with deads. So I don't know. I feel like this is the type of job that I wanted to do all my life. Be active. Basically, I played with Tonka trucks when I was small, so now I'm playing with them as an adult for a career.
The industry needs more diversity and inclusion. This is time to break those barriers and bring more women into mining.
I think it's a lack of information probably, and thanks for this interview because probably the woman that can see this interview, they can see that this industry has changed a lot with the time, and there we have a good spaces for women to work with us, and because we need their help to improve the process. And doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, we have spaces where the woman can develop things and improve the process. So I think that we can expose this information to more women to be more attractive in this industry.
Men like women can all work together in the mining industry.
Um, I just think there's no reason to discriminate. I think we can all gain from different points of views and different ways of thinking, and we always need more eyes on projects and different things that we're doing. So having as many eyes in the pit as we can, it helps all the time.
In the mining industry, women continue to face challenges of inequality and harassment, making their path even more difficult.
My name is Brooke Hamlet. I'm the assay lab supervisor for Capstone Copper. So I worked for Freeport as an assay lab supervisor for about 5 years. most of my background's in laboratory sciences. I also worked in the medical field under laboratory sciences for a long time, about 20 years. And when COVID happened, I got a little burnt out with medical field, so I wound up coming back to mining. The hours were just better for my family. I think it was worse the first time around. It's evolved some since I've been involved in mining, especially here at Capstone. They are much more open to understanding and being kind of progressive in their thinking. When I first started, I started right out as a supervisor, and I got a lot of flack, especially from the men. I was the only female supervisor there, and they gave me a crew of people who no one else wanted, and I made them all high performers. And so then I got a lot of flack for that. So I originally got flack because they weren't performing. Then I got a lot of flack because they became high performers. So it was a really difficult environment to be in. A lot of ridicule. I also have an alternative lifestyle. I'm openly gay, and I was even then, and it wasn't accepted then. And I got a lot of discrimination for that.
Mining is one of the most demanding industries in the world, and for women, it is a constant battle against inequality and barriers that limit their opportunity.
Hello, my name is Julie Campuzano. I'm the Superintendent of Tailings and Water Engineering here at Pinto Valley Mine. So I started as a general civil engineer, as a consultant with a company at the time called AMEC Foster Wheeler. During that time, I did a lot of transportation work. 2009, 2008 really is when transportation work had declined. So I had an opportunity to move over to our Denver office, which heavily did mining work. So I went to the Denver office and started doing tailings designs as a CAD Civil 3 designer. And since then, I've basically stayed in the mining industry, working on tailings and any supporting infrastructure. There are quite a few challenges that we face, that I have faced in my career. I think sometimes it's been difficult that I am passionate about the work I do. I am passionate about the work that I do. And sometimes that can come across as assertive or aggressive. And in this industry, sometimes that's not taken real well from a female to be assertive and aggressive. So I think that's been one challenge, is trying to soften a bit so that the delivery and the work can still get done and still deliver it with the passion that I have for the work that I do.
The challenges faced by women in this industry are real. Women must overcome significant barriers from inequality to a lack of support.
My name is Liz Diaz. I am one of the engineers on site. I do mid-range planning for the mining department. So I actually come from a mining family. My dad was a mining engineer. My brother's also a mining engineer. So mining was kind of in my background. It was always in my backyard. I knew I wanted to be an engineer, and mining was just one of those things that kind of called to me. So I think the challenges that we see as women in the industry start really when we go to school. My graduating class was 26 people. It was only 2 women. One of the things that I've heard a lot in my graduating class was, well, you only got that internship because you're a woman. You only got that job because you're a woman. So it starts really in education. You don't see a lot of women there. When I get into the workforce as well, I kind of saw it. I had a lot of people tell me, well, yeah, you may be an engineer, but you're only a woman. You're only there to make things look pretty. So it's really that mentality that you have to fight. You have to fight a lot of people that kind of stand in your way and tell you that you can't do something.
We attended the SME conference where the entire mining industry meet once a year. It was clear that women were underrepresented, with fewer women than men in attendance.
Most of the time, because it's not just in like this competition, but in most of my classes, I am one of the only women in them, and so at some point you don't really notice it, but you make really good friendships and connections with the people that you are working with. But that's not to say that my eyes didn't light up when I saw one of the only other women in the competition in the room when we're with all the teams. I think being in a limited population of women in the industry, it does create good camaraderie within the women in the industry as well, which is definitely something that I like to be a part of.
Even with the challenges, mining is a great industry for women to work in and be part of a team.
Actually, I found out that it is one of the subjects, one of the areas that there are a lot of job opportunities in this area, and the graduate students can easily find job in this area. Then it is really recommended to both men and women, and it is interesting area. It is practical than the other disciplines. Then I really recommend it.
To this issue, the solution is to change the narrative and the culture, say Sharon.
To change the narrative is to change the culture, right? And in order to change the culture of mining, you're going to have to reach critical mass with gender representation. Meaning, once more women are invited and stay in mining, you'll reach the large enough numbers to be able to move toward a cultural shift, right? Because much of what has been reported from the women that were interviewed within our study has also been reported for years prior to this study. So there seems to be a continuum of the same practices, the same injustices, the same gender biases, the same discriminatory acts. They seem to be continuing. And this is within the United States and outside of the United States. So it's not a non-global context, which says that there's a cultural problem that needs to be addressed in mining.
Women work hard to improve and bring change to the mining industry, like Dr. Anani.
So this award is for the outstanding young professional in mining and geological engineering. And I won this award as a young professional under the age of 35 for my contribution to the field and to mentoring students in advancing technology knowledge. Yeah, so it has not been easy breaking into the good old boys club, but I'm glad that we are finally being recognized for our contribution to the field, and I hope to see more women like Lisa as well.
Well, thank you for watching Breaking Ground Women Mining. I hope this documentary shed the light on challenges and triumphs of women in the mining industry. Their resilience, determination, and contribution are shaping the future in the mining. Let's continue the conversation. Share your thoughts, story, and support for greater inclusion in the industry. Stay tuned for more projects, and as always, keep breaking ground. From University of Arizona, Pricilia Mugwa reporting.
Yes, great to be here. I'm Julie Cantor, CEO of Two Mentor. We build mentoring and sponsorship initiatives.
So, how have you seen the role of women mining evolve over the years?
Well, I am thrilled to be here to help build mentoring within women in mining and leadership. I think it's a great place to be for women. I think we're seeing a lot of women elevated in this field. So I think my stance is very positive, and I'm so appreciative of women in mining for bringing me out here from Boca Raton, Florida,